Okay, where was I? We're back. We're back. We're back. 1 a.m. I was out. I had a good time. Saw my friends. Had a grilled cheese sandwich. Walked in the rain. It was a good, nice, pleasant night. What did I get to, Guile? Let's start again from the beginning with Guile. Light punch? Medium kick? Crouching light punch? Don't care. Crouch hard punch? Collision box? Hurt box? I don't know. Might have gotten better, might have gotten worse. Bunch of shit. No, I remember doing all. Oh, rolling sobot. No, I didn't kiss anyone. I like. Why you rub it in? Rolling sobot slightly increases forward movement distance. Guile high kick. This. I already read Guile's changes, like off screen. Change so it can hit opponents who are behind Guile. Guile high kick is like a little slow, but it's not a horrible anti-air. But if it can hit behind him, it's actually like, you know, better. If you can anti-air, like already you can get anti-air flash kick with Guile like nothing, or anti-air crouch fierce, or anti-air stand forward. So already you have like a bunch of good anti-air options. But technically speaking, an anti-air Guile high kick is like max damage anti-air. Discounting crush counter stuff, I guess. You can get like anti-air Guile high kick into flash kick into super if you want. But even without the super, that's the max damage you can do. So if it's like good, the only problem is Guile high kick is kind of slow, so you got to do it early. 950 to 925. Ouch. That doesn't sound like a lot, but you know, it's a factor. It's a factor. Send light punch decreased advantage on hit from 3 to 2. That's not a big deal because it chains. Decreased advantage on hit on block from 2 to 1. That's a little annoying. That hurts her frame traps. Can no longer rapid cancel. Okay, so it doesn't chain. So now she can't do 2 stand jabs in a row. That's bad. I don't know. She can still do crouch jab, stand jab unless they changed crouch jab, which I don't see. So that's not a huge deal. But that affects her combo routes. That just means she's got a little bit more limited combo routes. Stand hard kick, increased advantage on hit from 1 frame to 3 frame. That means that she can do stand hard kick into stand jab, which might actually be a good combo route because it means she might be able to do stand hard kick, jab strong fierce. I think you can already do that in a meaty scenario because I think it has like 3 active frames. But that's like a good combo. That probably might be max damage for her if you do that. Because right now it's either jab strong fierce by itself or crouch fierce into a straightaway cancel or stand forward stand strong. And stand forward stand strong you can't end in Raida, which is like what you'd like to end in as Ibuki. So hard kick into TC can end in Raida, and that actually sounds like it would do quite a lot of damage. Crouch light punch, crouch medium punch, or crouch hard punch. Okay, wait. Crouch medium punch recovery increased from 12 to 16 frames. Fucking ouch! That hurts. And no little note that's like recovery on hit and block same. So that means this move is a lot more minus, which is not a huge issue because you'll probably be canceling it to kunai or EX kunai if you're even hitting it. But that really hurts it as a poke. Change the hurt box. That could mean anything. Probably means it's easier to counter poke. Knowing Capcom, knowing Ibuki. That's kind of a hard button to counter poke. It's kind of a very safe poke in this game. Crouch medium kick, increased advantage from 0 to 3. So this is basically turning into... Oh, -3 to -2 on block. This is basically turning into Urian crouch medium kick. Because she can do light kick, crouch light kick into crouch light punch, and that's a combo she has. But if you can do crouch medium kick into crouch into stand light punch, that's more damage. So that's a good change for her. That gives her a stronger low option, but I imagine you have to be point blank doing this low. And you know, point blank -2 is not great, so it's not amazing if it's blocked, whereas crouch light kick is probably like +1 or something on block. I don't know. Jump medium punch, change the combo restrictions. That probably means it has either more or less juggle potential. I don't know which way they would go. It's either for like V-Trigger 2, it gets more juggle potential, or like for, you know, they're tired of the reset. They don't like the reset because she has some setups where she can do like a bomb or something like that into hold up forward and then do a very late jump medium punch. And then you can either cross up or not very easily. Agamen, that's the back strong. Change the hitbox and hitbox. Can no longer special move cancel the second hit. The second hit resets. So in juggles, it just gives you 2 hits into a dash, which just gives you a better... That gives you a better like screen position at the end of it potentially, but it doesn't really help her. She doesn't have a ender there it like resets, so there's no way to continue the combo if you do both hits. On the ground, it means that she can. I mean, I never did this, so I don't know how good that really is. But maybe if you're like breaking armor with back strong, if you do the 2 hits of back strong to break like armor, you could use that and then go into EX Kunai or something like that. I don't even know what combos into EX Kunai. I don't think I've ever like used that like that. So I don't know what that really changes. If you break armor with it, it's auto counter hit, right? And I think on counter hit it links and stand short, so it's not like she loses the ability to get combos out of it when using it to break armor. Maybe it's like Akuma's back fierce corner stuff, where Akuma can do meaty back fierce on the opponent and then choose to cancel into several different things depending on whether it's hitting or not. So she doesn't have like a reaction like good ender or bad ender. So like maybe before she could use the 2 hits of Agamen and then go into either regular kunai on block and EX kunai on hit or something like that. Or like DP on hit. Tobikura. The air TC that resets. Increased knockback distance on hit. I'm guessing this means that she can never cross under the opponent. So she still keeps the reset, but she doesn't get the mix-up, which is fair. That's like what they should have done. This didn't even need, well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it should have just kept the knockdown, but then it would be like fully over. It would be fully redundant with her hard punch, hard kick TC, so whatever. 2 medium punch, 6 hard punch. That's not a TC. That probably supposed to say 2 medium punch, 6 hard kick, because that's like a TC. Increased advantage on hit from 0 frames to +2. That doesn't sound like it really does anything. It makes it easier to combo into bomb, because if you do like a kunai into V-trigger, and then you do this TC, if you do it immediately, it won't combo into bomb. Like the opponent will fall out by like 1 or 2 frames, and you have to delay the TC. You have to do it a couple frames late, and then it combos into the bomb. So this makes it sound like it's always going to combo into the bomb. So that's might be why they did it. They also might have tried to do it like that just to make you use it more, because +2 is actually something you can do something with. +2 on a character with a 3 frame normal is like, you know, even if I only had a 4 frame normal, that would be +2 means it's my turn. So that's like it's like a buff, but it's not like a huge thing. I've seen their call that TC is not great on block. EX Kunai, increased recovery by 4 frames, so that means EX Kunai into dash in is no longer always the play. That means EX Kunai is still safe, but she can't just like get free endless pressure off of it as long as you're willing to keep on spending meter. Increased knockback distance for explosion on hit. That is bad. Right now she can do like dash in Raida, but maybe she'll need to do like command dash Raida from now on, and maybe she'll need to do it sooner. I imagine she'll still have a combo out of it because it would be useless if you didn't have a combo out of it. But you might have to be more. It might be like the follow-ups are more specific. You can't get like walk-in stuff. Less V meter for V skill. Not a big deal. Decreased. Oh, what is this? V trigger light. So that's the short bomb, I guess. I don't know what that means for light for the bomb. Like, is that just like the one that blows up immediately? Decreased stun. Change the combo restrictions on hit. That could mean anything. Increase the amount of EX meter gain on hit. That could mean anything. Kunai Ikinaga can be special move cancelled. I don't know what the fuck is going on here. I actually don't. Okay, so here's some scenarios. Kunai Ikinaga is when she throws all her kunai at once. Right now, it's like theoretically possible from a juggle point standpoint that you can combo Raida after Kunai Ikinaga. Like if you do Kunai Ikinaga and then like do Raida, it will combo. But and Kunai Ikinaga doesn't add to the JP, so you can throw it in the middle of combos and it won't like make the follow-ups impossible. But oftentimes Raida will whiff. It's like not no, I don't think we have it Urian yet. Oftentimes Raida doesn't go far enough after Kunai Ikinaga, so you can do like, you know, so-and-so into Raida, or you can do so-and-so into Ikinaga, and Raida would work, but it's too far away. So maybe if you did Kunai Ikinaga, and you threw all the Kunai, and then you did Raida, like it would actually work. So that's going to make Kunai Ikinaga a little bit better in combos, I guess. I don't know what other special move you'd cancel into. Maybe Command Dash just to make the recovery faster. I don't know. You can already juggle into super like any connect. You can already always do Kunai Ikinaga into super. Kunai Ikinaga into DP already works without like any sort of, you know, cancel required. What other special move does she even have? That's probably not going to change too much. Kunai Ikinage into Kunai throw obviously does not work since you have no Kunai after every Ikinage. That's like these are all nice changes. The nerfs are warranted and the buffs are interesting. I would still play this Ibuki. This is a good Ibuki. Dirty Bomber, that's probably the forward throw. Damage increased. 130 is like the universal damage for a forward throw now. Change the situation after hit. That can mean anything. Stay medium punch. Change so that it can hit opponents who are behind Balrog. So that's a buff to his anti-airs. Stand hard punch got slower. That's the pokey one. Not a huge change. 1 frame slower is not a big deal. Stand hard kick. Increased pushback distance on crush counter. So that means he probably can't do... I don't know, actually. Well, does that change his forward dash stuff? Does that mean he can't do crush counter roundhouse into walk in low fierce? Because that's something that already barely works. So if increased pushback distance, he might have to go for dash stuff. But if they didn't change the frame advantage, then he can still do dash into the TC, so that's not a significant nerf, actually. But it does nerf his max damage options, so I guess that's fine. I liked his max damage options, to be honest. I don't think they needed to change. I think the rock and I feel like the errant stand hard kicks is what needed to lose damage. I would have liked that you could only do into dash into jab. So it was like standing hard kick, dash in, jab, jab, dash punch, or something like that. Right now he gets the TC, which is a lot stronger, and builds some B meter. Cut Shard Punch says change the hurt box. It might be a better anti-air. It already is like an okay anti-air, but it's shittier than his Stand Strong. So and like it's got a worse hitbox. It's slightly stronger than Stand Strong. Stand Strong is better in like every other category. So maybe if this has a better hurt box, then it will be something you actually use as well as Stand Strong. Jump hard kick. Increase the startup from 8 to 9 frames. That's not a big change. Stomping combo. That's the low forward, I think. Increase the disadvantage on block from -6 to -7. Change the recovery when canceled to V-trigger. So now it probably doesn't lead to full combos on V-trigger cancel. Or like it just leads to jab into dash punch or something like that. Turn punch changes. I heard about these from other people. Remove throw invincibility from the first 6 levels, which is a pretty big deal. So they're no longer throw invincible until level fucking 7. Change the hurt box from 3 to 18 frames. Increase the advantage from +1 to +2. Change the collision during the move. So every single one of them, all of them, like literally all of them, are now -2 on block. So none of them are like plus anymore. Like literally, like. Okay, yeah, like okay. Turn punch level 1. Wait, where does it say? No, yeah, literally all of them are minus now. All of them are like -2. So turn punch is just, if you block turn punch, you're in the same situation regardless of what level it is, which makes it really easy to always do the same thing, which is good for the guy defending, because right now it's like a stupid kind of mix-up scenario. Most people don't have the numbers memorized for what each turn punch is, and it's really hard in the moment when you're fucking playing against the Balrog, when he abruptly does a turn punch, and it's like fucking 2 or 3 or 4, and you have to do a different thing for each one. Well, generally speaking, if it's 3 or above, you can't do anything. It's like Balrog's turn. 3 was 0, and it's going to -2. So if you had a 3-frame normal, you could hit buttons on a 3, but you couldn't hit buttons on a 4. And if it was like a 2 or a 1, you could hit buttons that were better than your 3-frame normal. So like, I don't know. I like these turn punch changes. It's not like an invincible move anymore. Okay, he doesn't have complete invincibility from 4 onwards until... Yeah, it's all upper body and throw and projectile invincibility. It's not complete invincibility. They're all vulnerable to lows and like probably like mids. So it's not like a reversal or like just a brainless like always right kind of option. Damage decreased from 500 to 350? Oh, I didn't see these damage decreases. All of them are getting weaker. From level 4 onwards, they're taking damage dips. 350 is like a much more reasonable number than 500. They must have realized that 500 was stupid. This is still way better than Turn Punch in Street Fighter 4, but it's not stupid. It's not like in Street Fighter 4, Turn Punch level 1 was the best one, and then the higher you charged, the more useless they were because they were hard to actually. It was very hard to confirm one. You could basically only land it as a punish. There was no way to like combo into a turnaround punch for the most part, and they were all really unsafe after like even level 2 was -3, I think, and then all of them after that were like really minus. So all of these are safe, so that's a big step up. And there's actually combos into them. You can get like Crush Counter, Crutch Fierce into Juggle Turn Punch, and that works with every version of Turn Punch. And also they're easier to charge. So like overall, this is still a huge improvement over Street Fighter 4 Turn Punch, but it's not. It was like however much you charged it, it got better and better in Season 2. So Season 3 is like a lot more fair. I don't know, it's a lot easier for Balrog to hold 2 buttons in this game, I feel. Buffalo Swing, Buffalo Pressure, those are his 2 V-skill follow-ups, I think. Decrease the amount of V-meter gain. Hard Smasher, Hard Pressure, increase the amount of V-meter gain. I don't know. Those might be TCs that end in V-skill, and then just the V-skill by itself. That's what I'm guessing. Focus Crumple, Backdash, Tap, Juggle with Ultra. Yeah, Focus Crumple was like this one way of landing, of confirming tap. No, was that even a thing? Yeah, I think you had to have like a low level tap there, because you couldn't. It had to be like a level 1 tap because you couldn't already be sitting on like a max charge and then do a focus attack because you were holding a medium already. So it had to be like level 1 tap in that combo. You had to start charging it with the focus attack. It was hard to land a grounded. It was like almost impossible to land a grounded ultra after a focus attack is Balrog. But the juggle ultra is okay. Stay medium kick. Increase the timing cancel window. So I guess right now you have to cancel it on the first frame. So I'm guessing it's like the first 2 or the first 3 frames, like most normals are. Most normals have like a little window where you can cancel them in their active frames. But medium kick is unusually precise, so they're probably just making it normalized. Crouching hard punch changed the hitbox and hurtbox. That could be a buff for that. Jump hard punch made slower. I don't know if that does anything. 1 frame slower is not a big deal, especially for an air attack where startup usually doesn't matter. This is her TC, I think. Medium punch towards hard punch can hit crouching opponents. That's objectively a very big buff because that was the main reason that you wouldn't ever use that TC. There were some contexts, like let's say she got kind of hit crouch jab. If she could do stand strong into towards fierce, that was optimal, but she usually couldn't do that. That gives her a little bit more freedom with her charges too, because she can actually use like any charge in that TC, including no charge. She can use that TC to get a charge and then juggle an EX, Fuhara and Kyaku, or not. Just use the timing to guarantee it 1 or 2 charges. And then you can do like TC into light follow up and they land late into the fireball and then you can do a flip kick. You can do like TC into the heavy follow up and it just juggles, I think. You can do the TC into a DP and it actually does good damage. Yeah, TC is actually like a good change for her. That's like a big buff. Because that TC was very useless and it's going to go and be very useful. You can cancel it into jump too, right? In V-Trigger? Or maybe always, I forget. That's something that literally no one does. But maybe they'll do it now. Decrease the amount of meter gain on hit. That's not a very important change at all. That's a nerf, but it's not a very important change. V-skill is really hard to use against some opponents and really easy to use against others. It means her V-meter gain is going to be very similar in all matchups. Light Fuhara and Kyaku increase active time. That means her fireball's on the screen longer. That's like a good buff because that's one of her best tools. Medium Fuhara and Kyaku. Normal damage increase, that's good. V-trigger stun increase, that's good. And V-trigger also damage increase. So that's like good buffs. Hard Fuhara and Kyaku. Damage increase, that's a good buff, because this is actually, you can use this in a few of her combos. You can combo it into V-skill if you land it. You can use it to confirm her V-trigger. You can do it in V-trigger as like a combo. Like you can do like stuff into double hard Fuhara and Kyaku and V-trigger combos, and if it's doing 20 extra damage, that's okay. EX 10 Sen Rin. Change to have complete invincibility till 12th movement frame. I'm guessing that's just making it a better reversal. Sakai Fuhazan, that's her super. Gives armor break properties. It was like the only super that didn't armor break, and now it's armor breaking, so good. It was really stupid that you could armor that. You can't die to armor, that's the thing. So it's like a fucking flexing V-trigger Geef slowly creeping towards you. Other characters can use a super and just punish it, but like, Jury can't. He would just absorb the whole thing, and he can't even die because you can't die to armoring in this game. V trigger. Number of V trigger blocks changed from 3 to 2. That is a fucking enormous buff. Increase the amount of damage from each amount of gauge that each Fuhara and Kyaku uses. That's a slight nerf. But it could be a big nerf. It depends. Extended the V trigger effect time. So what I'm noticing here is that Fuhara and Kyaku consumes more V trigger, but you have more V trigger, and that means that the chaining is effectively costing less. So like that doesn't change. Those two changes might work in tandem, but the thing is that leaves out the chaining. So the chaining is less expensive now than it used to be. I don't know if these two will necessarily cancel each other out. 3 to 2 is a big buff though. That means you can potentially get to... I think she still builds V-meter while she's in V-trigger, if memory serves. Or no, I might be thinking of Street Fighter 4 where she still builds Ultra meter while she's in Ultra. But that's still good. You could still potentially get 2 V-triggers, especially because it's very easy to use up her V-trigger in one combo. You could still potentially get 2 V-triggers in a single round. Yeah, people will use less Fuhas in their combos and probably a little bit more chaining. But people will probably just do like V-trigger combos into, I don't know, maybe the TC now into DP or something like that, or jump into air TC, because the air TC doesn't use chaining V trigger stuff. It doesn't use meter. Like if you do like jump medium punch to jump hard punch, that uses a little bit of V meter because that doesn't normally work. But medium punch to hard kick I think doesn't consume any because that always works. It's not considered a it's not considered a feng shui engine combo. So maybe that'll be a route. She'll have like new routes, I guess. Let's throw Spartan Bomb. Change position after hit, probably less Oki. Standing light punch, reduced advantage on hit from +5 to +4. I don't remember what +5 did. I'm trying to think. That might change his. That means he can't do counter hit, stand jab into crouch fierce because that's 7 on counter hit, and now it's going to 6 on counter hit. And crouch fierce is a 7-frame startup. So that means he has to do stand jab into stand strong, or stand jab into low strong. So he gets a little counter hit nerf there. But his light normal combos remain the same. Stand hard punch, greatly decrease the advantage frames on crush counter. So it says greatly decrease, so that probably doesn't mean one less plus frame. That probably means several less plus frames, which means he might not be able to get dash in stuff anymore. I was thinking they would make it so he could still do dash in, stand strong, low strong, but they would remove dash in, low fierce. But this sounds like he might not even have dash in, stand strong, low strong anymore. This sounds like he might have to do dash in, jab. Stand fierce, crush counter, dash in, jab strong, hard, tackle. Stand hard kick, change the hitbox and hitbox. It already is a decent catch-all anti-air, apart from the long startup and few active frames. They didn't need to... I think it already hits behind him pretty well. Or it's tall enough it can snipe people before they can go behind you. Let me see. So again, crouch light punch, counter hit no longer goes into crouch heavy punch. There's so many that say change the hurt box. I'm feeling like it's going to make I feel like they're going to extend hurt boxes for a lot of these attacks. I'm feeling like they're going to make it easier to get whiff punishes, but I don't know that. But people used to complain a lot, are currently complaining a lot, that whiff punishing is really hard in Street Fighter 5. Whiffing attacks is not risky enough. Jump medium punch, change the hitbox. I hope they lowered it. Urian jumps so high that jump medium punch, it causes a float state. You can juggle out of it. But Urian jumps higher than like every other character. His jump arc in Street Fighter 5 is based on his super jump arc from Street Fighter 3. And he jumps really high and not very far with his super jump. So like that's a lot worse. Okay, so yeah, +4. That means he can do dash in, stand jab, stand strong, TC. And then you can get tackle if you charge during the dash. So that's fair. That's a fair change. Extra active frames on jump medium punch, so they're just making it easier to use. Jump hard punch, extra frame startup, fuck all. Quarrel punch, that might be the overhead. That might be towards strong. That's probably towards strong. Increased recovery by 2 frames. That sounds like it might make it -5 on block. No, what is it right now? Is it -3? I don't remember what it is on block. Someone help me out. Is it -2? Right now he has like a semi mix-up between towards strong into towards fierce and towards strong into low short. or like low forward. Right now he's got a little ghetto overhead low mix up. But if it's more minus, then that means he'll actually have to think, and he won't have that mix up. Currently -2. Okay, so that sounds like -4. That means he can't actually use that move in neutral very well, unless he's going for the TC and cancels it to V-trigger. You can still use it in juggles and stuff, and it still advances. It's not going to be useless, but it's worse. Aegis, increased amount of EX meter gain. That's a buff. This is like not too bad. These are like nerfs, I guess. Jump strong being more useful is not a big deal. Most of the nerfs are not a big deal, but like I guess he's a little bit worse. Akuma, already read Akuma's. Go show ha. That's throw, I guess, or throw. Bunch of normals. Crouching hard punch, better anti-air. It's actually a pretty good anti-air. It doesn't hit straight over his head and behind him, so that's a buff. But it's like Akuma has like a lot of good anti-air normals, but crouch hard punch is a good one to fall back on. But he's already got back fierce, which is really good, albeit not super wide. And he's got DP, which is the best anti-air anyone could ask for. So like he's not in a bad position for anti-airs, but having like a nice, reliable normal anti-air is good. It's a buff. I wouldn't not use that. I already use crouch hard punch every now and then. If it's better, that's good. Stand hard kick is okay too. He's got like a lot of anti-air options, more than most characters. Jump, medium punch, 7 frames, damage decreased from 60 to 50, can cancel into a special move, causes a knockdown on mid-air hit. So Akuma is getting Ryu's jump hard or medium punch. Well, more like Rashid's. Akuma's getting Rashid's jump medium punch. I'm guessing this means you can do jump medium punch in the air and then cancel it to like regular or EX air Hadoken, or maybe air Tatsu. Those are like your combo options. I'm liking the notes a lot. Almost every change I really like. Most of them, it's not rocking the boat too much. It's really safe changes. Most of them are like the V-trigger 2 is going to be the main change for the character. But all of them are like, I agree with almost everyone I've read. They give you a little bit to play around with, and they make the really dumb things more fair. So like overall, I really like most of these. But they're not changing the game. I was hoping they would kind of like completely throw the game around, but they're just like polishing it further. So it's not I don't know. It's not really what I was expecting, but I agree with most of these changes in a vacuum. Standing light punch, crouching medium punch, jump hard punch. Seki Sei Sen. Oh, I should have mentioned jump medium punch into V trigger fireball into land DP is probably a combo. So that's like good. Decreased startup from 33 to 32. That's towards fierce, I think. So it's a little bit faster, 1 frame faster. That's the non-factor. Change advantage on hit from +4 to +5. That's a big buff. That means he can always get stand forward afterwards, which means he can always get like max damage. Right now that's counter hit only. You can always do stand short into light DP on standing or crouching opponent. But you need a counter hit to go into stand forward, and stand forward is force stand, which allows you to get light Tatsu into DP. So if it's a crouching opponent, even if it hits, you can't get a Tatsu combo, and now you can always get a Tatsu combo. So that's a big buff, and also it means you can get good damage from stand forward. Decreased advantage on block from +1 to -2. That's a big nerf. So this move is probably a little worse overall, I would say. You can already V-reverse it on reaction. It's already very reactable. You mostly rely on them whiffing as you're doing it, because you can't, like, by the time you'll be taking a throw, you can't react to it. It's easy to block if you're, like, you know, not already committed to something. You can just see it and block it. But if you are already committed to something, like, it makes some lows whiff, or all lows. It makes some non-lows whiff, like crouching normals, and it dodges throws. So it's not impossible to land. But it doesn't, it's very hard to, you know, you don't do it with any expectation that it'll land. It's just like, well, if it lands, if I happen to catch him doing something, that's good. And that's a good number. That's a good kind of move to be -2. It's like I'm sacrificing whatever pressure I could have on this wake up to go for this mix up, hoping that they're going to take a throw or like do a low. And if they do either of those, then I can like hit them for my Tatsu damage combo, which is nice. But, you know, if they block it, I'm -2 and it's their turn. That's like fair. This is how this move should have been from the beginning, to be honest. It was dumb that it was +1 on a character with a 3-frame normal. It meant that even if Akuma forced you to block that, he could then do a follow-up stand jab and it would be anything you did. Even on block. And on hit, the stand jab would combo. Like, that was a stupid situation. He shouldn't have had And now he doesn't. So I think that's a very worthy buff. I mean debuff for Akuma. But I do like that they made it so he gets the high damage every time, which is nice. So it's like not unusable still. It still has a good mix up, and it still is rewarding to land. So overall, it's like a good move still. Yeah, that's forward hard punch. That's little hop. He lands on you. Maybe some characters could low profile anti-Akuma jab. Everyone respected it for the most part, so I usually just hit stand forward or like low strong or something like that. Sekiya Kuretsu Ha. That I think is his super. I don't know what that is. What is that? Sekiya Kuretsu Ha. I don't know. Change combo limits after hit. If that's super, then that means he gets different or no combos after super. That could be a nerf. That could be a buff. It depends on what this means. No more DP afterwards. That's unfortunate, but not a big deal. Akuma has weirdly high super damage. Without that, he will have ordinary super damage. And you won't need to do weird combo routes into super in order to get the DP. You'll be able to do your normal ass super routes. Just normalizes his combos. It's like uninteresting from a combo standpoint. That's like nerfing him objectively, and it's making him more uninteresting from a combo route standpoint. But it's not a significant. It's not gonna ruin him that he loses that. Medium Tatsu, this is a huge buff. Damage increased for second and third hits. So both of them do literally double damage. So it does 80 for a medium Tatsu instead of 40 for a medium Tatsu. It used to be like low forward into medium Tatsu. It does like 100. It does like 100 damage. It's like weak as hell. But now it's now you're getting like 100 fucking 40, I guess. So it's a little right now. He uses medium Tatsu. Medium Tatsu is like the only thing you can buffer in like empty cancels because everything else whiffs. Light Tatsu won't always connect if they're crouching. Hard Tatsu is really inconsistent. Fireball won't always combo and doesn't lead to anything. Well, I guess I don't know. It doesn't go super far. Like max range low forward into fireballs in a combo. Medium Tatsu is like his consistent pickup from really far away connects, and it also works on crouchers, but it's really weak. So this just makes it so it's not as unrewarding to land. Stun increased as well. It's rather significantly. Looks like 40, 30, 70 extra stun for both. 70 extra stun and 40 extra damage. But it's only for the far away Tatsu. So like close range, stand forward, 3-hit medium Tatsu into EXDP is going to do the same damage. So this is overall a pretty big buff for Akuma. This is like a really weak area for him, and it's becoming normalized. It's getting stronger. EX Go Shoryu. Change so the opponent can recover after mid-air hit. That removes his 50-50 after 2 hits EXDP into V-trigger cancel. And it also makes him unsafe if you get a partial connect EX Go Shoryu, but just don't do that and you'll be fine. V-scale, decreased V-meter gain. That might only be one of the V-scale follow-ups. I don't know if that's the V-scale in general or if that's like the kick follow-up. I actually don't know. But that sucks, but that's not a big deal. He likes his V-skill combos anyway because they do a little bit more damage than his light Tatsu combos, and they building any V-meter is better than not building V-meter. Oh, it's just the punch one, so the kick one still builds the same amount. You don't land the punch one that much. The kick one's a lot easier to land than the punch one, or rather, the punch one's easier to land. But any situation where you can land the kick one, it's rewarding. In any situation where you can only land the punch one, you usually don't care. The punch one does some stuff. It's not useless. You can use it to like punish fireballs. You can do like a V-skill V punch to like punish a fireball if you're at the right range, and you can use it to anti-air more consistently. The kick one tends to whiff or go under or stuff like that, but the punch one actually works, and it's fast enough to hit them before they can land and block. Go Shoryu V-trigger, damage decreased. It's not a huge decrease. I'll live. Go Hadoken V-trigger, Zenku Hadoken, reduce the amount of meter usage while active. Huh? Does that mean he can do more in a single V-trigger? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's a nice little buff. Go Hadoken and V-trigger is like not useless. It's a significant improvement. Oh. Is that not on here? Is Zanku, I thought Zanku was the air one. What's the air one named? What's the red one named? The red one doesn't even change for V-trigger. Is this dishonest or what? What am I looking at here? Because they're listed together. Grounded Fireball in V-Trigger leads to like a DP. That's a combo I don't see people go for very often. It's usually unoptimal, but the point is it's safe. It's free. If you just do stand forward into Grounded Fireball and it works, you can then combo the DP on reaction. So that's nice. That's like a nice thing if you can do more of them. Kolin. Oh. Kolin this is where it starts being season 2 characters. I mean, Akuma was season 2, but he's a returning character. It's all new from Kolin onwards, which means I expect these characters to have a lot of changes. Stand Light Punch changed the hitbox. That could mean it's not a good anti-air jab anymore. That's what I would interpret that to be, but it could be anything. Damage decreased for Standing Hard Punch. That's a nerf. Change the hitbox. That could mean anything. Change behavior on Crush Counter. That could mean anything. I really need to see what that actually does. Standing Hard Kick. Oh, it might knock down now for Crush Counter or something like that. Standing Hard Kick changed so that it can hit opponents who are behind Kolin. So they buffed that's actually a big weakness of Stand Hard Kick. Stand Hard Kick is an okay anti-air, but it only works really far out. She doesn't have a good anti-air above her head besides air throw, which is really shitty, and like Stand Jab, which is very unrewarding and also a little bit hard to time. So they made Stand Hard Kick a better anti-air in general. Then that's a really big buff, because that's a really, really big weak area for Kolin. If it's like Standing Hard Kick is now a catch-all anti-air, that's a huge, huge buff. Crouch Light Kick, increased pushback during M Vanity Step. So Crouch Light Kick led to a TC. It was like Crouch Light Kick, Crouch Hard Punch. But that I don't think that'll change. But now like Crouch Light Kicks or something like that is more pushback. Something, I don't know. Delayed rapid cancel timing. She had like a nice double low maybe. Damn it, which one's the real one? Which one does Capcom care about more? Crouch medium kick, that's her good poke. No, I don't know how to interpret that change. Crouching hard punch changed the hitbox and hitbox. That could mean that it actually functions as an anti-air now. It looks like it would be a great anti-air, but it's actually really picky. But maybe it'll be an anti-air. Maybe not. Maybe they just change it to change it. Let me see. Removed one active frame from the final hit. I'm guessing that means that you can't cross up with it anymore, or something like that. Because there were some funky ranges where in the later active frames you could get cross up jump hard kicks. Sniping kick, I think that's back hard kick. 1 frame better startup, slightly better recovery. That's good. That means you can poke with it a lot easier between those two changes. Three frames being shaved off doesn't sound like a lot, but it's nice. Cold low. Second hit can be cancelled to V trigger. What actually is cold low? I don't know what that is. She's got a lot of she's got a lot of TCs in really random places. Someone help me out with all of these. I need Brinicle and fucking Snowgrain. This one's probably the medium vanity step, crouch, medium punch, crouch, hard punch. Because right now this is -2. This one says to -8. Wow. Oh, I know. Okay, so this is already really minus, but it's good damage out of a low from vanity step. But it's already really unsafe. If you cancel it to V-trigger, that means it's safe. So this is like a buff. Brenicle's crouch light kick into crouch heavy punch. Oh, that's the one I was picturing. They made that one safe? Whoa! Okay, so right now, crouch medium punch, crouch hard punch is the safe one. And crouch light kick, crouch hard punch is the unsafe one. And they're swapping them. They're making it so the high damage one is unsafe, and the one that starts from a low is safe. I'd rather start with a low, so that's like a buff. Oh, but the crouch medium punch, crouch hard punch actually has a lot of advantage on hit. It's like +5 or something. It's like it leads to a combo even if you don't cancel it. So I don't know. Brinicle's a lot better from a damage standpoint. You'd actually use it in punishes if you thought to. Cold low is crouch light kick, crouch hard kick. So that's oh yeah, that's right. V trigger 2 changes her vanity step to like be every dash. This is these are good. These are, well, I don't know, good, but like this is really changing around this stuff. I can see Both of these being like big. I don't know. I can see both of these being used. Right now, neither of them are really used that much. The low medium punch, low hard punch right now is okay. It's like probably underutilized by Kolin players, but it's not amazing or anything. Um, but the low starting one, the low leg kick, low hard punch is like unusable. It's like really unsafe, and it's like pray that it works. So you know, don't even fuck around with it. V skill reduced hit on advantage from +3 to +2. That is really fucking bad. That is a big nerf. That means instead of getting crouch jab, she gets nothing. That is a huge nerf because it's a really unsafe attack. And if you get the counter, you get like an extra hit, so you don't even have a combo out of it. -7 to -8. Yeah, so this is going to kill V-Skill. It's not like V-Skill was even that good. It was really risky, but you could space it to be like not that risky, and you could use it like to counter certain attacks, which you still can. And if it happened to hit, it was decently rewarding. But now it's not going to be decently rewarding unless you get a counter hit, which probably won't happen. And you're risking -8 every time you use it. And like, you know, if you get a connect that's not like a full connect, you can't get crushed out anymore. So this is like a big nerf to V-Skill. This is a really big nerf to V-Skill. You can still use it to anti-air, but that's, you know, you're taking your life in your hands. You can still use it to counter attacks like charging attacks, like Abigail charge hard punch or Mika drop kick or stuff like that. It still like counters reactable attacks. But that's really gonna hurt its utility if it's not rewarding on hit, because it's too risky. It's too risky on block. If it's not also rewarding on hit, then why would you even do it? Light Vanity Step increased from 34 to 43. That's quite a lot. Increased movement distance. Okay, so she's just sliding way further. Extended input time for Silver Edge. So yeah, you can do more sliding before you do the Silver Edge. So that probably helps it against I don't know. I was gonna say it helps against fireballs, but I don't. The non-EX one doesn't go through fireballs, so I don't know. I don't know what that does. I guess it makes some of her juggles easier. Doesn't it have to be EX, or does it not? I don't remember. EX Vanity Step is here. Increased input time for Silver Edge, so that's something you can. That's still fireballs, but I don't know. She has to do that. She has to spend a bar predictively to like go through fireballs with it, and it's like slow, so you can't do it like on reaction to a fireball. It's like a shitty. She can go through fireballs, but she has to like bet like a bar, hoping that she does it at the same time you do a fireball, which is kind of bad. Uh, okay, yeah. Maybe use it to. Wait, no. Light Vanity Step is not grab invincible, so it helps to avoid those. I don't know. Hard Vanity Step, that's the one that jumps, can slightly control forwards, backwards movement while in the air. I don't know if that'll change anything at all, but it's kind of cool. I'll have to we'll wait and see. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that'll change. Oh, it's just gonna, it makes it trickier. I was thinking about it in combos, but in neutral, that might make it a little fun. That might mean there's a range where you can do hard vanity step, and depending on whether you hold forward or backward, you can either go over the opponent's head or not. So that's like you can get cross-ups or you can get like uh, non-cross-ups, and it's going to be really hard to see the difference, I imagine. So that's actually like a big buff. It just depends on how often she can find the jumping hard vanity step. So if that's a thing in V-Trigger 2, if she can find those in neutral pretty easily, then that's going to be a really, really big buff. Let me see what we got here. Whoa! Whoa! That's cool. So that can be a cross-up or not. That's really, really unseeable. That's really cool. The ice ball hit on the same side though. He didn't cross up by the time the ice ball hit. So it's just, you can react to the jump. It's not like super scary, but there are probably other setups that might be super scary. But you have to react to whether she's actually going to go over your head or not in that moment, which is kind of, you know, it's stressful. Silver Edge, input time for a CA cancel. That's already possible. I'm guessing it's just becoming easier. Change the amount of time in air on mid-air hit. So that probably means that the opponent gets floated longer, which I don't know if that changes anything at all. Frost Tower, is that, I don't know what the hell that is. What are all these attacks? Hitbox suspended in the upwards direction. Is that her DP? That's a fireball drop? Is that what that is? The fireball, the hailstorm from overhead? Oh, it's VT2 stuff. No, but this is like this is stuff that will change how she uses VT2. Is that what you're saying? CA is Frost Tower. Oh, okay. So now it goes more up. That's good. Frost Touch. Sun Gauge will not recover during the animation on hit. Is that a parry? Yeah, that's the parry, I think. So the opponent currently recovers from stun before the initial hit of Frost Touch, and now they won't. Now it freezes their stun bar. That's how every grab works, and like most counters. So that's just making it work the same way every other one does. Frost Touch low, damage increase, nice. If you get a good read, it works. You get extra damage. Diamond Dust V-Trigger, that's the Ice Path, her V-Trigger one. Increase the amount of EX meter gain. Nice little buff. This is like overall really good. Colin's in a good place. Ed. This is the character I'm probably the most interested in because I've been kind of sitting on the idea of playing Ed. Psycho Blow. Damage increased from 120 to 130. That's a throw. Change positioning after hit. That probably hurts his ability to do dash and stuff. He has a good forward dash, and he can easily sneak throws in, but like throw is not super damaging, so Ed doesn't have a great mix up. And that's his whole mix up, his throw. If they removed pressure after throw, if they made it so the opponent's farther away, that's a nerf to Ed, obviously. Extra frames on backdash, but he says change movement value. He probably takes a bigger step back, but he might take a smaller step back. Ed already has a good backdash. Ed dashes really fast. I wonder if they made it better or worse. They did make it take longer. Making it take longer sounds like it's going to move further, which makes it sound like he's going to move backwards more. Makes it sound like it's a bigger movement. But they could do it either way. They could have thought that his backdash was too good, so they made it take longer to go less distance. It depends on what they were thinking of. Ed backdash is like purely for movement. He doesn't it's not used for, anything else. It took longer to move back, so okay. He might have got hurt. Depends. Need to see the new backdash. Semi-medium punch, Psycho Flicker. Semi-medium kick. Changed it so it can hit opponents who are behind Ed. This is a decent anti-air normal. Ed's usually just do the 2 kicks special move, but semi-medium kick is probably his next best one, and then like Crouch Hard Punch as well. So that's nice. If it's a better anti-air, that's nice. But Ed is not in a horrible position for anti-air, so it's not a big deal. It works really far away. Semi-medium kick will snipe some stuff that will whiff against 2 kicks. So it's a more reliable anti-air, technically. So this is like a good buff for him. But, well, that's not a good buff, but like semi-medium kick is already an okay normal. But now it'll hit. It already works from far away, now it's working from close to. This is just making it like a universally good anti-air, probably. Can cancel the V-Trigger on its 3rd active frame. I'm guessing that people are fishing with semi-medium kick and then canceling to V-Trigger. But if it gets really late connects, it can't combo into V-Trigger. I'm guessing that's what's happening here. So it's making it so on any frame that it connects, it will cancel the V-Trigger. Because the thing about medium kick is it actually has like, on V-Trigger cancel, it usually combos to V-Trigger, unless it's like hitting a poke from really far away. It's like a reliable V-Trigger route for Ed. Like if he does stand strong into stand forward into V-Trigger, it'll always work. Whereas a lot of his other stuff is picky. Crouch Fierce even is picky. So this is a good change for Ed. This is like a buff, I guess. It's not gonna affect almost anything. 3rd active. How many people get stand medium kick on its 3rd active frame? Stand hard kick, change collision boxes, reduce pushback on hit, so that it's already -4. It's gonna get easier to punish. That's bad. That's a nerf. Reduce damage from 90 to 80. That's bad. That's a nerf. Standing hard kick is getting a little merked. It hops, which is nice, and it crush counters, which is nice. So they're making the risk a little higher. That's sure, whatever. Ed wasn't a super strong character, so I don't know about nerfing something just because it's good. But what, like that's fine. Whatever. I can live with that. Crouch medium punch to +5. Oh, reduce pushback on hit. You're right. So that means he can. Well, that doesn't mean anything. That just means that he's in a good position once he hits you with it. I think it's not plus enough to combo out of, right? It's like +2 or +1 or something. Or like neutral. I don't remember what it is when you land it. He ends up really close to you. So he can probably pursue a mix-up if it hits. So that's good. That's a buff, I guess. Crouch medium punch. Advantage on hit increased from +4 to +5. Does that do anything? Is Ed crouch medium punch 5 frames? Can he do 2 of them? Is that a thing? I don't remember if Ed has a 5-frame medium. I feel like he doesn't, but he might. Maybe stand strong is 5 frame. I like need to see Ed's frame data. I don't know it super well. No, stand and crouch strong are both 6. So that might change his counter hit stuff. It gives him stand medium kick on counter hit, which is nice for V trigger. It doesn't give him anything else that's notable on V trigger. I mean on counter hit. I don't know what that's changing. That like doesn't sound like a huge deal. Make the frame trap not loose to 3 frame. On the block it does. Make counter hit crouch medium punch to stand medium kick. Okay, yeah, so that's exactly the 2 things I was gonna say. So yeah, he's got a frame trap now. A better frame trap from low strong. +3 into a 6 frame normal is a 3 frame trap, so you can do like low strong, stand strong, for example, I guess, or like low strong. Better 3 frame traps off of that normal. Crouch medium kick, reduce pushback distance on hit. That means that stand strong, crouch forward. Well, that already works pretty reliably. Crouch jab, stand strong, low forward, like 2 punches, like often falls out, I think. There's a lot of combos he has where the 2 punches special move will fall out. And if the pushback is less, and also in neutral, that means you can probably do you can like fish with crouch medium kick and cancel to 2 punches, and then it'll actually hit instead of like whiffing. He has a really big problem where he always does the fucking 2 punches special move and it like falls out. So if he can get that to actually be consistent, that would be just swell. Whatever. There's some combo. There's like certain combos he does where the crouch medium kick into 2 punches is consistent. Change turret boxes. That can mean anything. Psycho Spark. Is that the fireball? Reduce the disadvantage on block for the first hit from -3 to -2. So that means like fishing into Psycho Spark is less risky. It's already not that risky because it pushes back a decent amount. But -3 to -2 is fine. That's good. That's good for Ed. That means he can just kind of mindlessly, I shouldn't say mindlessly, but he can fish into Psycho Spark without really, you know, feeling like he's taking a risk. Assuming that is for medium punch, which I think it is. Psycho Snatcher, that's one of his V skills? Change it so back recovery is no longer possible. I need to figure out what Psycho Snatcher is. Psycho Snatcher. It's all of them. They're all Psycho Snatcher. He's got 4 different Psycho Snatchers. He's got like grounded and anti-air, and then charge or non-charge. Yeah, the towards medium punch. That's what I thought. So that change to recovery after hit probably means that Ed recovers sooner, but I don't know. Maybe he recovers less soon. Back recovery no longer possible means that Oki is going to be a little simpler. I don't know if it's going to be better or worse, but it's going to be simpler. That's like Raida. It's like how you can't back rise Ibuki's Raida. That's like they did the same thing with Psycho Snatcher. Ed has some good combos into Psycho Snatcher. He can land it off of a lot of scenarios. He can land it off of like any combo into EX fall after upkick. He can land it after... He can land it as an ATR. He can land it after certain CCs into like air connect EX fireball. He can do like dash in low Psycho Snatcher, stuff like that. He has this as a combo ender for a few of his routes. So that means he has Oki probably. His Oki is going to be more consistent on those routes. But consistent could be worse. Oh, only grounded one is affected. Oh well, that's a lot harder to combo into. It's usually only possible to combo to the air one. Oh, they're already hard knockdowns. Okay, so that's nice. Man, I don't know Ed. Well, I do, but I don't. Abby? Hurt boxes. Change this though. Hurt box when crouching. Odd. Change the hurt box for his non-recoverable mid-air juggle state. Odd. Does he get wider when he's crouching, or does he... I don't know. Maybe he's like hard to throw while crouching. The only change that seems to affect Ed's combo to the uppercut is that making crouch medium kick pushes back less, which means combos from crouch medium kick into uppercut are going to be more consistent. But I don't see any other change, so it's like probably. But they didn't make They didn't make Seku Uppercut go farther. So that was what I was really hoping to see. But crouch medium kick is okay. But it just means like one route is going to be more consistent. But I would have liked for every route to be more consistent. But Ed doesn't have that many routes, so whatever. It's not a big change. Regular throw. Change her box. Red leaf. I don't know what the fuck that is. That might be a throw. Change positioning after hit. Stand light punch. Change hitbox on her box. That could make it a better anti-air maybe, or a worse one. Who knows? Abigail doesn't really have a super good anti-air apart from his jab. He's got a lot of bad ones. He doesn't have a super good one. I think back hard punch, one of his hard punches is a decent anti-air, but it's so slow, and Abigail's so tall. The problem is the opponent can hit their air normal really early, and it makes it really hard to use a slow anti-air normal to beat their air normal. Abigail's height hurts him a lot. Stand light kick, reduced the startup from 6 frames to 5. I don't know if that does much. It's a buff. Right now, his fastest normal is like crouch light kick, which is 5, so now he's got 2 5-frame normals. So that gives you a little bit more freedom, I guess, somehow. I don't know what specifically that's going to change. He might have a combo route into it, since I think he has a few attacks that are... No, everything's +4. Oh, is low light kick 4 frames? Yeah, it is. Okay, so that's not what I was thinking it was. What the hell does that do? Does he have like a... Hold on, does he have anything +5? That won't even change like combo counter hit routes. What the hell? Hold on. I can figure this out. Oh, crouch light kick is +3, so counter hit crouch light kick into stand light kick is a counter hit combo. Yeah. Crouch light kick into counter hit back hard punch, that's a thing. That's a buff though. If he has a combo from a low on counter hit only, that's still better than no combo from a low. He's got a light combo into a low. He's got like stand light kick, crouch light kick. But now you can go the other way on counter hit. Combo starting from a low is good on a grappler. But a counter hit starting from a low that requires a point blank low and also a counter hit low is like not whatever. Keep reading, it'll make sense. A bunch of changes to hurt boxes. Change the knockback distance for normal hit and crush counter for hard kick. Hard kick is the big step where he like pushes you over. So what is that? Use the air combo count restriction. So that probably means that stand hard kick crush counter, or like stand hard kick in any context into V trigger, you have like a follow up or something like that. I guess, I don't know. It says change the knockback distance. I wonder if that means it throws you further away or if it doesn't throw you as far away. That like, I don't know. Need to see it. Crouch light punch got faster. That's a good buff because he has very slow normals. Increase the amount of active frames from 2 to 3. That's a tiny buff. Crouch light kick +3 to +5. What the fuck? Okay, that's huge. Wait, time out. All the shit I was talking about, throw it out the window. So now he can do crouch light kick, and on hit he can combo into a crouch jab into the jab TC, or crouch jab into probably light Abigail punch, or stand light kick into Abigail punch. So that's crouch light kick, stand light kick, Abigail punch. It just works on regular hit, I guess, and that's like a damage optimal route, or it should be. Stand light kick does more damage than crouch light punch, I think. So this is a good buff. This is he has an actual combo from a low. Combos from a low on a grappler, super good, super good. This is amazing for Abigail. Well, it's not amazing, but it's good. It's like useful. Crouch hard punch. Change tip box and hurt box. Change the flip value for midair. What's crouch hard punch? Hold on. That's the one where he like punches upwards, and you can cancel it to like stuff. Change the float value for midair hit. So that could mean that it... I don't know. It could mean that it pops you higher. Or it could mean that it doesn't pop you as high. This is going to affect like crouch hard punch into flip punch. Somehow, I think. To, what's it called? I don't remember. The fucking giant flip. I think that's the name of it. This is going to affect his giant flip combos, I imagine. Change the flip value of crush counter hit, so that's the same deal. Changed so that a hit from the attack active frame, 2 frame onwards, will not trigger a crush counter. So no more anti-air crouch fierce will crush counter. But that's already... Anti-air crouch fierce is not that good, so I don't think that's a huge difference. But like that's the main scenario where you'll be landing on the second active frame or the third active frame or whatever. Usually if you're getting it on the ground, you'll get the first active frame. But like that's true for a lot of anti-air normals that can crush counter, is they won't crush counter on their first active frame. Or they'll only crush counter on their first active frame. Like if you look at like, let's say Guile's Crutch Hard Punch, that's a good anti-air normal, and you can very easily counter hit with it when anti-airing with it, and it would cause a crush counter, but that would be really strong if you could just crush counter with this good anti-air, in addition to it being a good anti-air. So they just made it so it gets regular ass counter hits in a crush counter in an anti-air scenario, but it gets crush counters on a grounded opponent. Anyway, that already exists for a bunch of characters, so they're just making it like that for Abigail, I think. Reduce the attack startup from 12 to 11. That's a very minor buff, I guess. That might make it a little bit better for B-trigger combos, I suppose. Crouch hard kick. Increased the attack active frames for the first hit from 1 to 2. I didn't know that. Crouch hard kick only has 1 active frame on its first hit. Whoa. So that's a little buff, I guess. Which is kind of weird. Crouch hard punch to EX flip worked in the winner stays on session as an anti-air? Or just in general, because I think that already works in general. If that works as an anti-air, that's cool. That's really good. That means he can do it after like a EX throw, right? Because he can do like EX command grab and then the wall bounce, and then he can do crouch hard punch. If he can do that into EX flip kick and then get like a light Abigail punch or something like that, that would be a big combo. It's 2 bars, but like that would be a lot of damage out of a throw. So that might be like a really good thing that he has. Jump medium kick, expanded hitbox, more active frames. That's a big change actually. 5 active frames on a jump medium kick means you can hit it pretty early and still hit people on the ground. Jump hard punch, changed hitbox. That's the one that launches, right? Causes a float state. If it's got a better hitbox, that's nice, but it's already really slow. Abby lift. That is back. No, that's towards hard punch, I think. Change hitbox and hitbox. Maybe it'll hit grounded opponents, because I think right now Abigail, the towards hard punch just whiffs on crouching opponents. If it's back hard punch, I don't remember. This is like a good anti-air normal. So if it has upper body invincibility, which it might with the changes to the hitbox, then this is good. Is this back hard punch or forward hard punch? I don't remember which one's Abby lift. Damn it. Hug-a-bee. I don't even know what the hell that is. Is that run? Some kind of run stuff? No. Is this parry? I feel like this is parry. It's forward hard punch. Okay, so it might buff it as an anti-air. And it's good for comboing it into V-trigger too. Okay. That's counter. Okay, cool. Eased the air combo count. That might mean that it creates a free juggle state on hit or something. Because right now it creates JP1, I think. I don't know. That's probably used for some anti-air parry into run kind of stuff. And it might be I don't know. It might be for some V-trigger 2 stuff, I guess. Extended V-trigger effect time. It already lasts a pretty long time. It mostly goes away because you use the hard punches, because they all consume. So that's nice. Objectively a buff. Like Abigail punch, changed knockback distance on final hit. That can mean anything. Button mash version, changed the float value. That probably means that you can... No, what the hell does that change? Change the float value means that there's different enders. That might... If it has like V-trigger follow-up or something like that, maybe, I don't know, fuck. Right now, it like... Abigail punches like instantly end combos. I don't know what the hell Abigail's second V-trigger does. Isn't it like his hard punches turn into like... I don't know, he has like a tackle or something? I don't know anything about Abigail V-trigger 2, so I don't know what a lot of these changes do. I need to mess around with second V-triggers. Recovery is not possible after the first hit only. I didn't even know that you could get the first hit only. I thought the first hit like locked down for the full thing. I thought it was like a hit grab. Eased air combo count. Does that mean it has higher JP or it leaves higher JP? Okay, V-trigger 2 cancels from Abigail punches, so that probably means you combo from it into V-trigger 2. Looks like all the Abigail punches were changed like that. Abigail punch hard has an extra change. What is it? Change the collision boxes during the move. Change the collision boxes during EX. Recovery's not possible. Abigail smash. God damn it. We're getting into moves where I don't... What's Abigail smash? Is that running punch? Increase recovery on whiff by 8 frames. Increase the amount of EX meter gain on hit. Is that the grab? That might be the... Yeah, that's the command grab. That's got to be the command grab. Because it's got that extra recovery on whiff. That's got to be command grab. Dynamite punch. Hitbox and hitbox. Increase pushback and block. That might be EX run punch. Or regular run punch. And this might be EX run punch. Increase pushback and block. That makes it safer. Bay Area Sunrise. That's probably his... I thought that was going to be his... Oh, that's probably running grab, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I got it. I figured it out. He's got 2 command grabs. Well, these are good. Now they're more risky. Whatever. It's like the sweeping changes they did to every single command grab. I don't know. Mixed feelings. EX Nitro Charge. Change the position after the stomp-like hit during V-trigger. A stomp-like hit. Stomp-like hit. Is that the flip kick? Nitro Charge is just the run, isn't it? Isn't that just the run itself? EX Nitro Charge. It's the stomps during the run, I guess. It's like, you know how EX run has like 3 hits or something? If you just leave it idle. Change position after the stomp-like hit during V-trigger. So I don't know if it pushes back less or what. Menat's changed list! Wah! Standing hard kick, bare hands. Crouching hard punch, bare hands. Crouching hard punch, crystal ball. All these attacks change the hurt box. She's probably going to get easier to whiff punish. Soul Spark. That's like a Rose move. Add a new move that can be used when Soul Sphere is placed on the screen. So as I understand it, I've only had it very vaguely explained to me. You can put the ball somewhere and then you can detonate the ball. So that sounds like... Oh, wasn't there an MKX character who did that? Oh, who was it? Was it Duelist Liu Kang or something? Who was it? There's like a character who can throw a projectile somewhere and then detonate it. There's a few characters who use stuff like that. There's a few characters who put traps on the ground. Or like a Ronin, what's his name? Takeda. Stuff like that. Characters who leave things in places and then blow them up. Did Raiden do that with like Master of Storms? Yeah, I think so. Put something somewhere, then detonate it. That's cool. That's a cool thing she can do. I need to see how it like actually works. That's a really short change list, but she didn't really. I don't know. I don't know how I would change her. I wouldn't say she didn't need changes. She feels like half a character. Not that I think she's bad. I think she's pretty good, but she feels like half a character. I would have just like given her a little bit more stuff. I would have fleshed her out a bit, but like I would have given her stuff that's like as good as the stuff she has. I wouldn't have tried to make it so she does stuff instead of the stuff she has. It would be like alternate stuff that does the same function. Zeku Stand Light Punch changed the hurt box. That might make it a better anti-air. It doesn't say if it's old or young. That's annoying. Change collision boxes. Crouch Medium Punch changed the hurt box. That could mean anything. I need to know which Zeku this is. What the hell? Fix the phenomenon where if Zeku is KO'd by a move that plants him into the ground, at the start of the next round, old Zeku will be able to use young Zeku's moves. I didn't know that was a thing. After the fix the round following special KO, Zeku style change is properly reset. So he stays young Zeku if killed by a plant move. That's hilarious. Whoa, I want the whole thing. Oh fuck, I got the wrong one. Soul Spark, we get to see it. Alright, show me. Kaboom! You get a combo! Very cool. I thought it was just going to be like, it explodes and it does some damage. But no, it explodes and then you DP. So the DP is only possible when the orb returns to her, so I'm guessing this is actually a little hard to hit, depending on where the orb is. But then again, if you're in the range to DP, you're probably in range to get your ball back and then DP. +1 and +2 on block. Returns the orb. Not bad. That's a good move. That fleshes her out. That's like a good buff to get a new special move. That's like about as good as it gets, really. Oh, here we go with the combo. Alright, show me the combo. I'm ready. Okay, that was V-skill into Kaboom. You might have been able to get a DP there. I don't know. Because that uses some JP. It's creating a JP2 instead of a JP1, so DP might not work anymore. I have no idea the JP of her DP because she doesn't have that many float states. And most of her combos don't increase JP. Like, she keeps the same JP for the entire combo. Like if you're doing V-trigger stuff, the orbs don't add JP. And I think the orb toss doesn't add JP either. So I don't know what the hell this does. I don't know what her JP is. I don't know if she can combo a DP. That's a good move though. That's a good move. There's a lot of play with that. These are all good changes. As a whole, I would say I want to play around with these. But also, this didn't do that much. Like this isn't. Most of these changes aren't gonna build the game up again from the ground up. Like this isn't gonna seriously affect anything. Um, everything that I thought was stupid got a little nerfed. Everything that I thought was weak got a little buffed. Well, not everything. There's a lot of stuff that will probably still be weak. I'm not sure about the changes to tiers. It seems like most characters got a very, very slight buff or a very, very slight nerf. Um, it seems like I don't know. I don't know if necessarily the weak characters were buffed and the strong characters were nerfed. I didn't really super get that impression. There were definitely some weak characters who were buffed, and then there were some weak characters where it's like this doesn't really do anything. And then there were some strong characters who were nerfed, and there were some strong characters where it was like doesn't really do anything. So overall, I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's really going to throw the game's balance around too hard. Definitely, I think the balance is going to get tighter. I get that impression from this. It depends on the V trigger twos. It all depends on the V trigger twos. Everything about this game right now depends on the V trigger twos. So like, watch out for those. That's all I gotta say about this change list. It's a good change list. I like it overall. It's not exactly what I wanted. I don't know how I feel about the command grab recovery change. That's not the change I wanted. I do like the pushback a lot. I like the superior anti-airs a lot. Those are both changes that I really like seeing added to the game. The changes in hurt boxes could make whiff punishing more possible, which is a change I want. Because I like whiff punishing and I don't like being whiff punished. Or I mean, I guess I like being whiff punished. I don't like whiffing normals. This is overall really cool. Basically, I like this change list, but I need to play it. I don't know enough just by looking at it. It all depends on hitboxes and airboxes and V trigger twos. Ooh, Fun Player made a comment. That's my friend. Why'd you do that to Alex? Why you do him dirty like that? Fun Player's a third strike player, so of course he cares about Alex being ruined even further. Oh yeah, that's my one. Yeah, I saw Gifi trigger 2 EX command grab. It like fucked Ken up or something. It like did a ass ton. Alex. The only thing I can say is Alex changes seemed a little bit like net nerfs. It depends on stand strong. I don't think Alex is that good. I'm not. I don't know. People like to meme about how bad Alex is, but like Alex is not. Alex is looking kind of weak. Alex was already looking kind of weak, and this doesn't look great for him. It looks like I don't know. I don't know. I need to see. He got nerfed by universal nerfs. He got nerfed by universal nerf to overheads. He got nerfed by universal nerfs to command grabs. If Air Knee Smash goes further, lets him pick up new combos, that's kind of cool. He's definitely a kind of character that people love, actually. Up to +10 is nice. That means stand fierce. If you can do like towards fierce into stand fierce, that's gonna be a fucking high damage combo. If you ever land it, if someone's for whatever reason not blocking on their first turn of wake up. I'm already scared of Bison. That's like the character I'm the most afraid of looking at all these changes. I might fuck around with Fong some. I really like the idea of V-Skill having a hitbox. I might play around with that. I just hate every other part of Fong. I want a character I can turtle with! Where are the turtles in this game? Who can I actually turtle with? I just want to be a turtle. I just want to wait and watch. Who's the best wait and watch character right now? Is it Birdie? Who am I excited for? Ryu a little bit. I like Ryu's changes. I'd like to play Ryu some. I'm a big Ryu player in like other Street Fighters. Vega I'm super excited for. Chun-Li I'm super excited for. Let me see. Bison I'm terrified of. Yeah, probably Guile. Might be the best wait and watch character in the game. I just want to sit and wait. I just want to sit and wait. There should always be a character who can sit and wait in fighting games. I just want to fucking run that clock and fucking observe. The characters who you think would do it, like, get rushed down. It's like Menat, oh, she can waste time, right? And it's like, oh, fucking people mashing forward dash. Mashing up forward. I know a lot about jury. I already have like a pocket jury that I used to fuck around with, but like I could turn it into a real jury with not too much lab time. I could turn it into like an actual good jury. I could get my jury as good as my like Guile in probably like a few hours of play. RIP Loriston medium kick. That's all I gotta say. I might still play Ibuki. Ibuki's nerfs don't turn me off her, and Akuma's nerfs don't turn me off him. Neither of them both of them have like net cool things for me. So like I'm a-okay sticking with those two. Akuma's like net worse, but barely. And like the jump strong is kind of cool. I don't know, the medium Tatsu is actually a pretty nice buff. Because that's a thing you can get fairly often. And if you're doing more damage off of it, then that's gonna add up. Medium Tatsu is not a great move in general, but it's really easy to land, and it's often the only thing you can do. So if it's more rewarding, that's pretty good. That's a good thing. That's a really good thing. That lets him fish easier. That lets him fish with empty cancels. Don't really care about Kolin. Might fuck around with Ed. I might fuck around with Zeku. I don't know. Zeku's not really getting any changes. I don't know if I'll fuck around with him. If I fuck around with Zeku, I should already be fucking around with Zeku. But like, if I was changing mains right now, Zeku would be one of the contenders. Ryu, Chun-Li, Vega. Ryu, Chun-Li, Vega, Ed. Is that it? Those are the characters I might fuck around with. It's like those four. It's like those four I might do some soul searching with. Oh, and Jury, I guess. Throw Jury into the list. I'll do some soul searching and I'll do whatever character I think you can be most effective with of those five. I could be most effective with of those five. All right, let's stop fucking around with this changeless stuff. I don't care about that anymore.